Welcome back to Coin Explorer, the ultimate destination for rare coins and unbelievable values. Today, we're diving into a fascinating journey through South Africa's most astonishing currency treasures. You won't believe how ordinary-looking coins can secretly hold million-dollar value. From the legendary 1 Rand of 1999 to the elusive 2 Rand of 1990, the powerful 5 Rand of 1994, and the surprisingly rare 20-cent coin of 2008. Each of these carries a hidden story that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. These coins aren't just money, they're history, art, and wealth combined in metal. So before you toss away your old change, stick around, because one of these coins might just be worth millions of dollars. Let's uncover the mystery behind these rare South African gems. Top 1. We're about to uncover the fascinating story behind a South African coin that might be hiding in plain sight. You're not going to want to blink, because this isn't just any old currency. This is the 1999 South African 1 Rand coin, and believe it or not, certain variations of this coin have caught the attention of collectors around the world, with some rare versions believed to be worth thousands, even potentially reaching into six-figure territory depending on condition, rarity, and market demand. Now, before you go rummaging through your old drawer or coin stash, let's explore why this coin, minted at the end of a powerful decade for South Africa, is considered such a unique collectible. From its historic context to minting peculiarities, we'll break it all down. This journey might just make you see your spare change in a whole new light. Let's begin with the basics. The 1999 South African 1 Rand coin is made of nickel-plated copper, a tough, corrosion-resistant alloy that ensures longevity in circulation. It measures about 23 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 5 grams. The color has a silver-like appearance thanks to the nickel plating, which contrasts well with the finely detailed engraving on both sides. On the obverse side of the coin is the image of the iconic springbok antelope, South Africa's national animal, shown mid-leap. It's an elegant design that symbolizes the agility and strength of the country. Surrounding the image, you'll find the name South Africa inscribed in one of the nation's 11 official languages. In 1999, the mint continued its tradition of rotating the inscription language annually. That means some coins were released with South Africa in Zulu, others in Xhosa, Afrikaans, or any of the other official tongues. The reverse of the coin is simpler, but no less significant. It features a bold numeral 1 with the word Rand underneath, accompanied by a design element that gives it a sense of depth and balance. At first glance, everything seems standard. But as we know in the world of numismatics, the smallest details can make the biggest difference. So what exactly makes the 1999 1 Rand coin so intriguing to collectors? It's a combination of factors, some rooted in history, others in production oddities. Let's start with the historical backdrop. In 1999, South Africa was undergoing a major political transition. Nelson Mandela, the country's first black president and a symbol of unity, had completed his term. Leadership passed to Thabo Mbeki, signaling a new chapter in South Africa's democratic journey. This moment of change added historical weight to the year and, by extension, to coins minted during that time. Interestingly, reports began surfacing in numismatic communities that 1999 1 Rand coins were not as widely circulated as other years. Whether due to production limitations, a shift in minting priorities, or specific die issues that led to partial runs, the 1999 version appears in far fewer collections than other dates. This immediately raised eyebrows. Collectors started paying attention to small anomalies, things like off-center strikes, lettering inconsistencies, and misalignments in the springbok's limbs or ground line. These subtle details may not mean much to the average person, but to seasoned numismatists, they signal potential value. One particularly compelling story emerged in Europe in 2023. A German collector purchased a batch of Southern African coins from a local market. While sorting through the pile, he spotted a 1999 1 Rand coin with a minor minting flaw, a slight misalignment in the springbok's hooves. He sent it off to be professionally graded and was stunned when it came back with a near-perfect MS-68 grade. Experts at the auction estimated its potential value in the range of high five figures, even suggesting it could surpass six figures if demand aligned just right. Of course, such cases are exceptional. But they highlight an important truth in coin collecting. Rarity, historical context, and condition converge to create value. That's what makes the 1999 1 Rand coin so captivating. It sits at the crossroads of a significant national milestone and intriguing minting mystery. Another dimension to the coin's appeal is the linguistic rotation. Because the obverse inscription language changes each year, some versions may be rarer than others. If, for example, a smaller batch was minted with the inscription in Tsonga or Venda, two of the less commonly used official languages, those coins could be considered significantly more valuable, especially if paired with a strike variation. Let's not forget the role of professional grading. Coins submitted to reputable services like NGC or PCGS receive standardized assessments based on strike, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal. A 1999 1 Rand coin graded MS-66 or higher, particularly with a mint error or language rarity, could easily fetch thousands at auction. But beyond value, these coins tell stories. They represent a country undergoing transformation, politically, socially, and economically. They offer a tangible connection to a pivotal moment in South Africa's history, and that's what makes them so special. You might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare versions? First, check the year. 1999 is what you're looking for. Then examine the inscription language. Next, use a magnifying glass to inspect the strike. Are the edges smooth and centered? Are there any shifts or irregularities in the springbok image? Does the lettering appear crisp, or is there evidence of doubling or distortion? If anything looks unusual, it might be worth seeking a professional opinion. Many collectors are surprised to discover that coins they assumed were ordinary are actually of high interest. And because these 1999 coins were circulated rather than packaged as commemoratives, they could still be sitting unnoticed in someone's old change jar. The collector market for African currency has grown in recent years. As more people become aware of the continent's rich numismatic history, the demand for rare and unusual coins is increasing. The 1999 1 Rand coin is just one example of how a relatively modern piece can attain significant interest and value in the right circumstances. It's important to clarify that while some coins may fetch high prices, value varies dramatically depending on condition, demand, and authenticity. Claims of value should always be backed by professional grading and market analysis. That said, coins like the 1999 1 Rand have indeed sold for substantial amounts in auction settings and continue to generate buzz in the collector community. If you have South African coins at home, especially from the 1990s, it's time to take a second look. Examine them closely, compare them to verified online examples, and consider reaching out to a grading service if you suspect something special. And whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, remember this: coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about discovery. It's about holding history in your hands. Every coin has a journey, a context, a purpose, and sometimes a hidden story that only the sharpest eyes will uncover. Top 2. We are diving into the captivating story of a coin that, at first glance, might seem completely ordinary, but trust me, it's anything but. It's a piece of South African history that's been hiding in plain sight. Yes, we're talking about the 1990 South African 2 Rand coin. And if you've got one tucked away in your drawer or change jar, it might just surprise you. Now, here's the jaw-dropper. Collectors around the globe have placed astonishing value on this coin, with some versions reportedly being sold for thousands, and in the most pristine conditions, even reaching valuations in the millions. Sounds wild? Maybe. But let's dig deeper, because behind that small piece of metal lies a story rich in history, design, and numismatic rarity. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 South African 2 Rand coin is composed of nickel, a silvery white metal known for its durability and resistance to corrosion. It was designed for everyday use, yet its sleek, clean look gave it a sense of elegance that few modern coins carry today. Measuring approximately 23 millimeters in diameter and weighing just over 5 grams, this coin was never meant to be flashy. But sometimes, the rarest treasures come in the most unassuming packages. On the obverse side of this coin, you'll find the official coat of arms of South Africa, flanked by the country's name in one of the nation's 11 official languages. In 1990, this could appear as Suid Africa, South Africa, or in other regional scripts, depending on the coin's production batch. The reverse side displays a powerful image of the majestic kudu, a large African antelope with long spiral horns, a symbol of grace, strength, and the untamed beauty of the South African landscape. The numeral 2 and the word rand sit boldly beneath the animal, anchoring the coin's value. So what makes this 2 rand coin from 1990 so special? Why have collectors and numismatists started buzzing about it in recent years? To understand that, we need to go back in time, to the shifting political landscape of South Africa at the dawn of a new decade. The year 1990 marked a pivotal turning point in South Africa's modern history. It was the beginning of the end for apartheid. Nelson Mandela was released from prison in February after 27 years of incarceration. The country stood on the brink of transformation, and every element of society, including its currency, became a symbol of that change. This societal shift coincided with several intriguing anomalies in the minting process. While the South African Mint hasn't officially declared the 1992 rand coin as a rare mintage, several collectors and researchers have noted variations in strike quality, alignment, and even metal tone that suggest not all coins were created equal. Some examples exhibit slight misalignments, die cracks, or off-center strikes, anomalies that, in the world of coin collecting, can skyrocket a coin's value. Let's talk scarcity. According to some seasoned collectors, fewer 2 rand coins from 1990 have surfaced in high-grade condition than expected. Add to that a limited regional distribution, and you have a classic recipe for a collector's dream. Coins that are both historically significant and difficult to find in mint condition often generate massive interest in numismatic circles. One such case involved a collector in Canada who purchased a mixed lot of African currency from an estate auction in 2022. Nestled among dozens of coins was a pristine 1990 2 rand. Upon closer examination, the coin showed a sharp strike, a rare die mark beneath the kudu's hoof, and perfect centering. After grading, it received an MS 67 rating, a near-perfect score in the world of coins. That same coin was later estimated to be worth tens of thousands of dollars by a European coin dealer. And yes, offers exceeding 6 figures were reportedly made. What's truly fascinating is how this coin continues to generate buzz online. Videos, forums, and digital auctions are lighting up with talk of the 1990 2 rand, with passionate collectors sharing images, swap requests, and even heated debates about the coin's design variations. It's become more than currency. It's a cultural artifact. Let's zoom in on the design again. The kudu on the reverse is not just an animal, it's a metaphor. Known for its noble appearance and elusive nature, the kudu is often associated with pride and perseverance. In 1990, South Africa needed those very qualities. The nation was emerging from decades of political struggle, and the people were stepping into the light of transformation. To have this creature grace the 2 rand coin was no accident. It was a message of hope. And that message? It's part of why collectors are willing to pay high prices. Coins tell stories. They hold energy. They connect us to specific moments in history, and for South Africa, 1990 was monumental. That adds an emotional, even spiritual dimension to the coin's monetary value. So here's where things get really interesting. Unlike commemorative coins, the 1990 2 rand wasn't made to celebrate any event. It wasn't issued in a presentation box or marketed to collectors. It was everyday currency. Which means, yes, some of the most valuable versions are still out there, hiding in wallets, piggy banks, or tucked inside the folds of old purses and jacket pockets. If you're holding one of these coins, here's what to do next. Examine it carefully. Look for clarity in design. Is the kudu sharply defined? Are the letters crisp? Is the coin well-centered? If you see anything unusual, like a double rim, misaligned text, or color variations, you might have something special. Consult a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A properly graded coin can fetch far higher value than an ungraded one. Also, pay attention to language. Some collectors claim that the value of the coin varies based on the language used for South Africa on the obverse. A rare language variety with a striking error could make your coin stand out even more. But here's the kicker. Value isn't just about errors or rarity. It's also about condition. Coins that have been well preserved, those with minimal handling, no scratches, and sharp edges, are the ones that bring in the highest bids. So even if your coin seems normal, its near-perfect state could make it worth thousands. The most exciting part? You don't have to be a seasoned collector to stumble upon one of these gems. That's the magic of numismatics. That one forgotten coin in your drawer might just hold a fortune. Maybe not every 1990. 2 rand is worth millions, but the right one, with the right characteristics, in the right hands, it just might be. Let's take a moment to appreciate the ripple effect. Stories of valuable coins spark curiosity, encourage learning, and preserve cultural heritage. Every time someone discovers an old coin and learns its history, it's a small act of preservation. It keeps history alive. That's what makes this journey worth it. To wrap it up, the 1990 South African 2 rand coin is more than just money. It's a slice of history, a symbol of change, and a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a lifelong collector or a curious beginner, now is the perfect time to revisit your old coin collection. Who knows? You might be holding something extraordinary. Top 3! We're unraveling the tale of a coin that might be hiding right under your nose. A coin that doesn't just carry change, it carries legacy, history, and possibly a value soaring into the thousands, maybe even the millions. Yes, you heard that right. This is not just any piece of metal. This is the 1994 South African 5 rand coin, a coin that's becoming the stuff of legends in numismatic circles around the world. And what if I told you that some experts, collectors, and enthusiasts have pointed out that rare examples of this coin could be worth staggering amounts? Would you believe it? Let's dive deep, because this is one story you do not want to miss. At first glance, the 1994 South African 5 rand coin may seem like a typical everyday coin. Made of nickel-plated copper. It's durable, solid, with a satisfying weight in the palm. This coin, minted with a combination of strength and purpose, was built to circulate, to be used, to pass from hand to hand, across markets, borders, stories, and time. On the obverse, we see a proud portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a historical figure often debated but undeniably significant in South Africa's early colonial narrative. Around him, the name of the country is etched, South Africa, presented in one of the official languages of that year. Flip it over, and you meet the heart of the coin, a bold numeral 5 with the word rand prominently displayed. And just below it, the galloping black wildebeest, a symbol of South Africa's untamed spirit and vibrant ecosystem. It's elegant, it's commanding, but it's what lies beneath this coin's humble exterior that sends ripples across the coin-collecting world. Let's wind the clock back to 1994, a seismic year in South Africa's timeline. This was the year Nelson Mandela, a man who had spent 27 years imprisoned for his fight against apartheid, walked into the Union buildings in Pretoria as the country's first black president. The entire nation stood at a historic crossroads, saying farewell to centuries of oppression and greeting a brand new chapter built on democracy, reconciliation, and hope. And what does this have to do with the 5 Rand coin? Everything. Because coins are not just money. They are snapshots of a nation's soul at a particular moment in time. And the 1994 5 Rand coin became a silent witness to this extraordinary transformation. Collectors quickly realized the importance of coins minted in this year. Demand began to rise, not just for their metallic content, but for the incredible symbolism they carried. Owning a 1994 5 Rand coin wasn't just about numismatics. It became about owning a tangible fragment of a miracle, South Africa's peaceful transition into democracy. Now here's where things get fascinating. Not every 1994 5 Rand coin is valuable. That's true. But a handful, a very small handful, have shown mysterious anomalies, variants that differ ever so slightly from the standard issue. We're talking minting errors like misaligned dies, double strikes, or subtle differences in the wildebeest's design. Some coins show unusually sharp edges, others exhibit missing or faded details in the lettering, indicators of either rushed minting or faulty dies. And in the numismatic world, even the tiniest of differences can make all the difference. One particular coin, discovered in a numismatic fair in Johannesburg, displayed a striking off-center reverse side and a light doubling in the number 5. Experts examined it. It was graded professionally and assessed to be in near mint condition. And the whispers began. Could this rare coin, with its historical context and unique errors, fetch a 5-figure sum? Maybe 6? Speculative estimates suggested such variants could command values upwards of $85,000, even $150,000 at international auctions. In some numismatic circles, that number rises even higher. Stories circulate about confidential collectors offering 6-figure deals for rare examples of 1994 South African 5 Rand coins with confirmed anomalies and certified grades. But again, and this is important, not all 5 Rand coins from 1994 are worth such sums. Only the rarest of the rare, only those few that capture lightning in a bottle. Material and design. Let's talk about the coin's build. The 1994 5 Rand coin is made from nickel-plated copper, giving it both strength and luster. This choice of material ensured that the coin could withstand daily use and environmental exposure, while still maintaining a gleaming professional finish. It weighs 9.5 grams and spans 26 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the more substantial coins in South African currency at the time. This weight, combined with the slightly ridged edge, gives the coin a satisfying tactile presence. And remember the obverse? Jan van Riebeek's portrait wasn't just randomly chosen. His inclusion on the coin, especially in 1994, was a deliberate design that bridged South Africa's past with its future. A way to show continuity, even amid transformation. But the real hero is the black wildebeest on the reverse. Also known as the gnu, this animal is known for its speed, resilience, and instinct to travel vast distances. An elegant metaphor, perhaps, for a country on the move, running fast into its democratic rebirth. As stories of rare 1994 5 Rand coins spread, collectors from around the world started paying attention. Auction houses in Europe, Asia, and North America began listing these coins in specialty sales. Some fetched modest prices, others stunned everyone. A Canadian collector, for instance, paid nearly $40,000 for a 1994 5 Rand coin graded MS69 with confirmed double-die obverse. The reason? It was one of only 3 known examples of that variation. In Australia, a private dealer reportedly acquired a rare 1994 5 Rand coin for a rumored 6-figure deal, details of which remain under wraps due to confidentiality agreements. In these high-end auctions, it's not just about the metal or the design. It's about provenance, certification, and the story. If your coin checks those boxes, the sky is the limit. Could you have one? Now here's the part that should have you reaching for your coin jar. Could you, right now, be sitting on one of these rare coins? The answer, absolutely possible. Remember, these coins were circulated. They weren't labeled or boxed as collector's editions. They didn't have special markings to indicate rarity. So the only way to know is to check carefully. Look for signs of errors. Check for off-center designs, doubled elements, sharp details, or misaligned text. And once you suspect something's different, don't guess. Submit your coin to a professional grading service like NGC or PCGS. They can verify authenticity and assign a marketable grade, because a plain-looking coin, once verified, could be your ticket to an astonishing payday. The 1994 5 Rand coin is more than currency. It's a relic of one of the most powerful stories of national transformation the modern world has ever seen. It symbolizes struggle, unity, transition, and triumph, all captured in a small circular token. It's not just about the money, it's about the magic. A coin like this has the power to connect generations, to remind us that value is not always about numbers. Sometimes it's about history, emotion, and the sheer thrill of the hunt. Check your change, dig into those drawers, explore that old coin box in your attic, because you never know. You might just uncover something priceless. And when you do, share your story. Because every coin has a tale, and some of them are worth a fortune. Top 4. Today's story takes us to a coin that might look small, ordinary even, but carries an incredible tale and a surprising value hidden beneath its simple surface. We're talking about the 2008 South African 20-cent coin, a piece of history, a collectible treasure, and a numismatic mystery that has captured the imaginations of collectors around the world. Could this coin be worth thousands, lakhs, or even millions? Let's find out. Before you think, it's just a 20-cent coin, stop right there. Because this isn't just any coin, it's a symbol of South Africa's rich heritage, a minting story that few know, and a collectible piece that holds secrets far greater than its face value. At first glance, the 2008 South African 20-cent coin looks like a regular piece of currency designed for everyday use. It's made from a specific metal alloy that gives it its distinct appearance and durability. The coin is round, with a diameter of approximately 22 millimeters, just the right size to fit comfortably in your hand or your pocket. Its weight is about 5 grams, light enough to carry in a stack, but heavy with history. The metal itself is an alloy blend, primarily consisting of nickel and copper, which gives the coin a shiny, silvery appearance, with a hint of warmth, slightly different from the more common bronze or brass coins. This combination was chosen to ensure the coin's durability and resistance to corrosion, crucial for currency that circulates widely. On the obverse side, you'll see the instantly recognizable springbok antelope, South Africa's national symbol, leaping gracefully across the coin's surface. This design is a nod to the country's rich wildlife heritage and pride. Surrounding the springbok is the inscription of the country's name, South Africa, displayed boldly in one of the 11 official languages of the nation. The historical context of 2008. To truly appreciate the 2008 20-cent coin, you have to understand the context of South Africa in 2008. The nation was undergoing significant transitions on multiple fronts. Politically, 2008 was a year marked by change and challenges. Thabo Mbeki's presidency was drawing to a close, with Jacob Zuma rising as the new leader. Socially and economically, South Africa was navigating a path through globalization, economic growth, and lingering inequalities from its complex history. Coins minted during this time reflect not only the economic needs, but also the cultural and political climate of the era. Currency is not just money. It's a symbol, a message, and a piece of identity. This coin was struck during a period of national reflection and transition, which makes it more than just a tool for trade. It is a collectible artifact representing a key moment in South Africa's evolving story. Why this coin captivates collectors? You might wonder, with so many coins minted every year, What makes the 2008 20-cent coin special enough to capture collector interest and generate talk of value beyond its face worth? First, rarity is one of the biggest factors. While millions of these coins were circulated, numismatic experts have uncovered evidence of certain varieties and minting anomalies that set a small portion apart. For example, some 2008 20-cent coins show subtle differences in mint marks, tiny symbols or letters that indicate the exact minting location or batch. These slight differences can make a huge difference in the coin's desirability and value. Collectors have also discovered coins with slight variations in the springbox design, such as differences in the length of the horns, the angle of the leap, or the spacing of the lettering. Minting errors, like misaligned strikes, doubled images, or unusual edge patterns, also add to the rarity and excitement. Coins with these imperfections are actually prized because they are less common, and they tell a story of the minting process itself. The allure of metal and color. The material composition of the 2008 South African 20-cent coin also adds to its unique appeal. As mentioned earlier, this coin uses a specific copper-nickel alloy. This alloy gives the coin its silvery tone, which can range from bright and shiny to a softer matte finish depending on how it was struck and how it has aged. Interestingly, some coins exhibit a subtle toning, a natural process where the metal surface reacts to environmental factors, creating beautiful hues of blue, green, or even purple. This toning is highly sought after by collectors because it adds visual character and uniqueness to each coin. Due to the alloy's resistance to corrosion, many of these coins remain in remarkably good condition even after decades of circulation, which enhances their collectible value. The mystery of minting numbers. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 2008 20-cent coin is the mystery surrounding its exact mintage numbers. Official records from the South African Mint indicate that millions were produced. However, experts suggest that certain batches may have been far more limited, possibly as a result of production changes, quality control adjustments, or even undisclosed minting trials. Some collectors believe that these limited batches, with their subtle differences, are what have driven the demand and the whispers of extraordinary value. There's also speculation about coins released in specific regions or provinces in smaller quantities, making them rarer to find and more sought after. Stories from the collecting world. Let me share a story from the world of numismatics that illustrates just how exciting this coin's journey can be. In 2022, a collector in Johannesburg stumbled upon a 2008 20-cent coin with an unusual edge pattern. The ridges were much finer and closer together than on typical coins from the same year. The coin had been found in a batch bought from a local market. This collector, intrigued by the oddity, sent the coin to a professional grading company. After rigorous examination, the coin was classified as MS67, a near-mint condition grade that few coins from circulation achieve. Auction houses later estimated this coin's value to be in the high thousands, possibly reaching into lakhs for passionate collectors who recognize its rarity and condition. Stories like this highlight how seemingly ordinary coins can hide extraordinary value and history. The language factor. South Africa's unique linguistic diversity adds an extra layer of interest to the 2008 20-cent coin. The country has 11 official languages, and the inscription South Africa appears in different languages on the coin, rotating annually. In 2008, the language used could have been Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa, or others, and this language variation adds a collectible dimension. Coins with inscriptions in less commonly found languages on the 2008 20-cent coin are particularly prized, especially if combined with minting variations or errors. Why collectors value this coin? So, why do collectors pay so much attention and value to a coin like the 2008 South African 20 cents? Firstly, it's about connection, owning a piece of history that tells the story of a nation in transition. Secondly, it's about rarity and uniqueness, Those subtle differences, the errors, the language variations, they create a treasure hunt for collectors. Thirdly, it's about condition. Coins that have survived decades with minimal wear and tear hold a premium in value. Finally, the thrill, the excitement of discovery, the possibility that your coin might be more than just metal, but a key to a larger story and a valuable asset. Professional grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, play a crucial role in authenticating and certifying the coin's condition and rarity. Coins that receive a high grade, MS65 and above, can see their market value multiply several times. The 2008 20-cent coin, when graded at these top levels, becomes not just a collectible, but an investment. Grading also protects collectors by verifying authenticity, especially important when dealing with rare minting errors or varieties. If you have South African coins from 2008 or around that time, it's time to take a closer look. Don't just glance at them. Examine the details, the language, the mint marks, the edges, the condition. Use a magnifying glass, research known varieties, and consider professional grading if you find something unusual. Because in the world of coins, sometimes a seemingly ordinary piece can turn out to be your most valuable discovery yet. Thanks for joining this deep dive into the South African cents coins. If you're fascinated by stories of hidden treasures and the history behind coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your fellow coin explorers. Remember, always check your change carefully. Your next discovery might be just a coin toss away. Keep hunting, keep learning, and may your next coin be the one that changes everything.